Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingnay Tim Hokip bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include Cookie INP publishes chronology of Jiribam violence, condemns atrocities by Meitei radical. Mobile internet suspension extended for 2 days. News in details. The Cookie INP Jiribam, Tamenglong and Nonay districts has released a detailed chronology of the recent violence in Jiribam, condemning the actions of Meitei radicals. In a statement issued today, the Cookie INP highlighted a series of atrocities perpetrated by the Meitei community, shedding light on the ongoing unrest in the region. The statement outlines specific incidents of violence, including attacks on Cookie civilians, destruction of property, and attempts to instigate communal tensions. The Cookie INP statement aims to raise awareness of the gravity of the situation and calls for accountability from the authorities to address the perpetrators of these heinous acts. First, May 4, 2023, members of Arambay Tenggol attacked Rani Veng Mission Compound, Cookie Zoo locality in Jiribam, burned or torched 5 houses. Jiribam Peace Committee formed the next day, which includes all communities of Jiribam. Second, February 21, 2024, members of Arambay Tenggol abducted 6 Kaimai villagers of the Menglong districts who passed through Jiribam for shopping, later released with intervention of security forces. Third, March 11, 2024, around 50 numbers of UNLF militants marched towards Sizang and Mongbong villages. The plan to attack these 2 villages was foiled by Assam rifles, and timely intervention prevent major violence. Fourth, March 12, 2024, UNLF militants advanced towards Paitol and firing some shots towards Paitol village. Fifth, March 28, 2024, bomb blast at Durgapur, Jakrudor by UNLF militants. 6. April 22, 2024, Meira Paibis and Arambay Tenggol ban entry of Cookie people in Jiribam. They freeze every vehicles at Gularthol Bazaar. 7. May 2, 2024, 2 Cookie Zoo houses burned down at Uchathol. 8. May 14, 2024, Mr. Segolin Singson of Paitol village was abducted from police checkpoint in Paitol, and later on 17 May, tortured and decomposed body was found in Jiri River, and his latest mobile location was at Dibong, Meitei locality of Jiribam. 9th, June 6, 2024, peace agreement shattered after Arambay Tenggol and Meitei militants open attack Cookie Zoo localities in Jiribam town after 2 days of declaration of Lok Sabha election. Arambay Tenggol took advantage of the death of Mr. Sarat Kumar Singh to blame Cookie Zoo people whose death was most likely election-related incident. Uchathol, Vengnom, Rani Veng Mission Compound, Son Koveng, etc., all Cookie Zoo settlements in Jiribam town was attacked simultaneously. Only Rani Veng Mission Compound was safe due to the presence of Assam rifles, while every Cookie Zoo localities are now burnt and abandoned. One El Mongpu Langel was dragged out from his house in Vengnom by members of Arambay Tenggol before in front of his kids and were never found again. Mitay Meira Paibis and Arambay Tenggol cut off supplies to Cookie Zoo villages and still continue till that. 10. June 12, 2024, Cookie Zoo houses in Kalinagar torch and continuous attack on Rani Veng Mission Compound by Meitei militants carried out. Cookie INP called highway ban against high-handedness of security forces and also against that government giving free hand to Meitei militants who cut off supplies to Cookie Zoo villages. On June 21, agreement with Tamenglong District Authority represented by SP Tamenglong, CO39AR, CO CRPF, Jiribam SP and Cookie CSOs was signed, and highway ban was called off after security forces assured for non-disturbances of movements of Cookie Zoo essential commodities. 11. June 24, 2024, Cookie Zoo houses in Kalinagar, namely the Ro Chanmar, Lalzom Gangte, Jo Nun Moy Mar, Henry Zote, Chen Lala Mar, Soybung Vaipe, Rolton Mui Mar, Lalnei Mong Mar, Dinga Mar, Robert Ngaite, James Thangkhan Pau were either vandalized, looted or occupied. 12. July 7, 2024. Paitol village was attacked by combined Manipur police commandos led by Colonel retired Nectar Sanjanbam and Meitei militants. Several houses of Paitol village, including the house of Kuki in Peace Secretary, were burned down by attackers. Security forces mishandled Paitol women folks who protested against security operation. 7 women were injured in the scuffle. 2 boys, 1 underage who refused to flee from their village, were arrested and yet to be released. 13. July 9, 2024. In the night, UNLF militants attacked Mongbung and Sizang villages and district police under the directive of Colonel retired Nectar conducted security operation in Mongbung village, where police personnel ransacked all food items and essential items of villagers. Villagers protested to authorities. 14. July 14, 2024. Police commandos with bulletproof vehicles attacked Mongbung and Sizang villages in the guise of security operation. Mongbung and Sizang village volunteers retaliated with licensed single-barrel guns. Unfortunately, CRPF Jawan was killed, most probably from police commandos firing. Mongbung and Sizang villagers appealed to concerned authority to investigate thoroughly against the death of CRPF personnel at Mongbung and Sizang. 15th, August 31, 2024. Mass protest rally against Biren Singh leak audio tape held in Tatbung village, Tamenglong. 16. September 7, 2024. 4 Kukizo villagers were killed by UNLF militants who were based at Nungsekpi. Between 7 September to 29 September, incessant attack on Mongbung and Sizang villages carried out by combined forces of UNLF, Arambay Tiengold and other VBIGs abated by police commandos. 18 times of attack carried out by Meitei militants on Mongbung and Sizang, which was within 3 weeks' time in September. On 20 September, the attack started from around 9:30 p.m. and continued till 5 a.m. in the morning. Mortars and bombs were used by the attackers. 17th, October 18, 2024. Blooming Flower Foundation School, Kalinagar, Jiribam was burned by Meitei miscreants in the night of 18 October, and in retaliation, volunteers issue notice to Meitei living in Borobekra areas to leave within 24 hours. 18th, November 7, 2024. Jairon village was attacked by Arambay Tinggol and group of 5 G5 in the night. Jo Sangkim Mar of Jairon, mother of 3 children, was brutally raped and tortured before being burned beyond recognition. Limbs were cut off, brains goes up, and video of the violence viral in social media. 19th, November 10, 2024. Mar village volunteers retaliate to Jairon incident, leading to unfortunate incident of the death of 6 women including children and also 10 Mar volunteers. 20th, November 16, 2024. Haujel Dongal, son of Salem Dongal of Pangmol village, Tamenglong, who went to Markulin to see off his pregnant wife, was abducted from Jirigad area by Meitei militants. His brutally tortured and deformed dead body was recovered from Aklapur village, Jiribam. On the other hand, the same night, Meitei mobs led by militants burned down 5 churches in Kalinagar and more than 8 houses belonging to Mar community. The Manipur government on Saturday extended the suspension of mobile internet services for 2 days in several districts of the state, according to an order. Amid escalating violence, the administration suspended the services on November 16 for 2 days to prevent anti-social elements from spreading content that might create law and order problems. It has been extended several times since then. The state government, after reviewing the prevailing law and order situation, has decided to continue the suspension of mobile internet services in Imphal West, Imphal East, Kakching, Bisnupur, Thoubal, Churachandpur, and Kangpokpi for another 2 days in public interest, the order issued by the Home Department said. Internet services were suspended on November 16 after violence broke out in the state following recovery of bodies of 3 women and 3 children. The Manipur government had lifted the suspension on broadband services on November 19, considering the hardships faced by common people, healthcare facilities, educational institutions, and other offices. Further, in an effort to bolster security across Manipur, authorities have announced the deployment of 90 additional security forces, supplementing the earlier presence of 198 companies in the state. A significant portion of these reinforcements has already reached Imphal and is being strategically deployed to safeguard citizens, vulnerable areas, and critical infrastructure. The decision was met during a high-level security review meeting held today, attended by representatives from the Army, Assam Rifles, BSF, CRPF, local police, and DZP. The meeting assessed the security situation in Imphal and all districts, identifying key areas of concern and developing a robust strategy for addressing them. With the arrival of additional companies, security forces are being redistributed to cover high-risk zones and sensitive points across the state. 2 more persons were arrested in Manipur for allegedly being involved in vandalism and arson at the residences of legislators in Imphal Valley on November 16, police said on Saturday. With these arrests, the number of people apprehended for arson at the residences of MLAs reached 34. Police also said that they are examining inputs and looking for additional suspects in various localities of Imphal Valley for arson incidents on November 16. An investigation into the incidents of vandalism and arson at the residence of legislators is underway, the officer said. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has strongly condemned the recent attacks on the residences of ministers and MLAs during ongoing agitations in the state. While expressing solidarity with those protesting peacefully against the killings of innocent civilians, the CM denounced acts of violence and looting carried out under the guise of democratic movements. I already said and condemn. Those who are genuinely agitating against the killings of innocent people are genuine, and we support their movement and agitation because everyone has the right to democratically agitate. But in the name of the democratic movement, some gangs have looted bar ministers' houses and looted their properties, said CM Singh. The Chief Minister highlighted that the government has initiated appropriate legal action against the perpetrators. We have already identified those responsible through CCTV footage. I feel ashamed to express publicly that such actions are happening in Manipur, where looting is taking place in the name of agitation. This is a matter of shame. We will take legal action, he added. Chief Minister N. Biren has stated that his government will put in every effort to see that immigrants and foreigners do not operate on the soil of Manipur. Briefing media persons after attending the swearing-in ceremony of High Court of Manipur's newly appointed Chief Justice D. Krishna Kumar at Raj Bhavan today, N. Biren Singh stated that KNO Chairman P.S. Hokip hails from Myanmar. P.S. Hokip earlier served as a bank employee in Nagaland before he came to Manipur and joined KNO. ZRS Thanglin Pauguite is also a Myanmarese, Biren said. One particular security force signed a suspension of operation SOO agreement with several militant groups, including those headed by foreigners in 2005 outside the government. The state government joined the SOO agreement only in 2008, he said. He then appealed to all the people to work collectively after identifying who the enemies are and who the friends are. We don't say anything to indigenous communities like Thado, Mar, Paite, Vaipai, etc., Biren said. On the Ziribam carnage, the Chief Minister claimed that search operations have been going on to nab the murderers. Around 100 Kuki terrorists armed with sophisticated weapons came with a diabolic intention to massacre the people of Borobekra. The Kuki terrorists could have massacred a large number of innocent people had the CRPF troops not retaliated, he said. He went on to assert that the actions of the central government and the central security forces deserve appreciation, saying that the incident of carnage has been handed over to the NIA for proper investigation. Biren maintained that the state government too is not sitting idle. The murderers will be hunted down and the government would work at its best level to protect the lives and properties of the people, Biren stated. Democratic protests raising voices of resentment and criticizing the government in connection with the Ziribam carnage are okay. But vandalism and arson committed by miscreants and gangs at the residences of MLAs and ministers in the name of public agitation to score political mileage are too much, he said. Apart from looting petty jewelry items and other articles from the residences of MLAs, even photographs of a deceased family elder was set afire, Biren said. The chief minister stated that necessary action would be initiated against all those people involved in such incidents. The government is not happy with the suspension of internet service, but it is necessary in view of the prevailing law and order situation, he said. Nonetheless, the government has been considering lifting of the internet suspension at the earliest, the chief minister said. Kuldeep Singh, security advisor to the government of Manipur, has stated that 288 companies of Central Security Forces have been deployed in Manipur to protect lives and properties of citizens. The security advisor added that it would need further investigation to establish if the armed Kuki militants responsible for the Ziribam carnage belong to outfits under the suspension of Operation PEG. A security review meeting was held today for around 2 hours in the conference hall of Secretariat, South Block today. Significantly, Chief Minister N. Biren was not present at the high-level security meeting. Speaking to media persons after the meeting, Kuldeep Singh said that the security review meeting was attended by high-ranking officers of Manipur Police, Army, Assam Rifles, BSF, CRPF, SSB, and ITBP, and it discussed the state's pressing issues. In addition to the 198 companies of CAPF already deployed in the state, 20 more companies reached Manipur recently, while 70 other companies would be arriving soon, Kuldeep Singh said. He said that the government has been working to protect lives and properties of citizens in Manipur by deploying 288 companies of CAPF. Activities of the District Coordination Cell and the Joint Control Room were also reviewed during the meeting. The security advisor said that an SOP has been framed for security forces that would be deployed on national highways and fringe areas. Issues of different districts were also discussed with deputy commissioners and superintendent of police, he said. He also informed that mortal remains of the 9 people killed at Ziribam recently were put to rest today amid tight security arrangements. On being asked if the chief minister was not present at today's security review meeting, Kuldeep Singh said that such meetings had been held many times in the past. Nonetheless, what transpired at the meeting would be informed to the chief minister, he added. To another query, Kuldeep Singh said that 32 people involved in storming the residences of MLAs and ministers have been arrested and investigation is going on. The death toll of the Manipur crisis has reached 258 so far. Out of all the weapons looted from police stations and state armories, around 3,000 have been recovered, the security advisor said. To another query, Kuldeep Singh said that it needs investigation to ascertain whether militants under SOO agreement were involved in the Ziribam carnage, but this investigation will take time. Former Manipur Governor Anusuya Uke is stumped as to why Prime Minister Narendra Modi has not visited the troubled state despite repeated requests from her as well as members of civil society. People of the state wanted the PM to visit and they kept making requests, which I kept sending to the Prime Minister office. But I don't know why he has not visited, she told the Print in an interview Wednesday while speaking about the continuing ethnic violence in Manipur between the majority Meitei population and the Kuki-Zo tribal community and the need for restoration of trust by the center. Uiki, who retired from the Manipur Raj Bhavan in July this year after taking charge in February 2023, said that she was deeply hurt about the outbreak of fresh violence this month after a few months of peace. She had been at the helm as governor in the conflict period starting from May 2023, and according to her, the only solution to the violence is restoration of mutual trust among both communities and that the central government should take steps to build that. Uiki alleged that there was an international hand behind the conflict, which is why violence can't be stopped despite the center's efforts. She also spoke about her own efforts to restore normalcy in Manipur and defended Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, who is being seen as responsible for the continued state of unrest. Traditionally, Manipur has been a state of rich culture and art. It is a beautiful state, but the recent November violence has disrupted the peace that was established. How it has unfolded, I don't know, but I am deeply shocked to hear how a woman was killed and burned. I appeal to all people in Manipur to build confidence and mutual trust for enduring peace, she said, referring to the brutal killing of a Mar woman on 7 November in the state of Jiribam district. Uiki had said this February that the violence in Manipur had resulted in more than 200 deaths and displaced 60,000 people since it first broke out on 3 May 2023. In the latest flare-up after the Zairon incident, 6 Meitei women and children were allegedly abducted and killed in Jiribam. There have also been reports of attacks on houses and shops by armed and subsequent target attacks at a CRPF post at Boro Bekra police station. The toll in the latest wave of violence has reached 20, which includes casualties on both sides of the Kuki-Meitei conflict. The current governor of Manipur is Laxman Acharya, who also holds the post in Assam. As 3 MLAs from National People's Party (NPP) attended NDA's meeting on Monday, NPP has asked its members not to attend any meeting called by Chief Minister N. Biren Singh in future. NPP, an ally of BJP, has clarified that it will start supporting the Manipur government once N. Biren is replaced as the Chief Minister. An advisory signed by NPP State President N. Kayisi on Thursday emphasized that the party's national president had officially withdrawn support from the Singh government on November 17. Consequently, all NPP members are required to comply with this decision, Kayisi said. As many as 11 MLAs skipped the meeting of NDA on Monday. Notices were served to them for not attending the meeting. Out of 11, at least 9 MLAs belong to BJP, 1 of the National People's Party and 1 independent. Around 7 MLA took leave, out of which 3 were BJP legislators. Officially, it was claimed that the meeting was attended by around 26 legislators. Already, BJP's allied National People's Party has withdrawn. However, 3 out of the 7 MLAs on Monday attended the meeting. The meeting was called at Chief Minister to discuss the emerging law and order situation. Last year, the Kuki People's Alliance (KPA) with 2 MLAs in the Manipur Assembly withdrew its support from the BJP-led state government. In the House of 60, BJP has 37 MLAs while JDU has 1. There are 3 independents supporting the government. 5 MLAs from Naga People's Front are supporting the government. Congress has 5 MLAs. 10 Kukis or tribal MLAs, including 7 of the BJP, along with all the leading organizations of the community, have been demanding a separate administration or a union territory for the tribals in Manipur. In October this year, the state was caught in a leadership change tussle. Around 19 BJP MLAs have moved the central leadership seeking replacement of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. There is speculation that a letter was submitted to the Prime Minister's office recently by disgruntled MLAs. Leaked portions of the said letter showed the first signatures as that of Speaker T.H. Satyabrata, Ministers T.H. Biswajit and Y. Kemchan. Biswajit and Kemchan are dissenters. Speaker Satyabrata is a loyalist of Biren Singh. The letter is signed by 19 MLAs of the ruling party and was reportedly submitted on Wednesday. The letter was submitted after the first meeting was conducted between Meitei, Kuki and Naga MLAs at Delhi. The Railways Protection Force (RPF) of Northeast Frontier Railway (NFR) along with the Government Railway Police (GRP) and the Boulder Security Forces (BSF) apprehended 16 Bangladeshi nationals in 2 separate operations in Tripura over the past 48 hours. The Bangladeshi nationals were apprehended at key railway stations in Tripura after they managed to enter India illegally. During a routine check of the Tripura Sundari Express at the Dharmanagar railway station on Thursday, 4 persons, including a woman, were detained by the RPF in collaboration with a BSF team from Sipinjuri. During questioning, the foursome admitted to entering India through the Sonamura boulder in Sepahi Jala district of Tripura with the help of a cross-border intermediary. It was revealed that they plan to travel to Delhi in search of job opportunities. In the second case on Friday, 12 persons, including minors, were detained at the Telia Mura railway station in Hawaii district. Investigations revealed that the Bangladeshi Nationals entered India through Silachari in Gomati districts of Tripura with the help of a tote and were heading to Delhi in search of work. Essential items including mobile phones were recovered from their possession. All apprehended Bangladeshi nationals were subsequently handed over to the BSF for further legal proceedings. The Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQSC and Research and Publication Cell Tamenglong College organized a one-day capacity building workshop on academic writings today, that is on 22nd November 2024, with Dr. S. Solomon, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, and Ngamtin Luntautang, Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, as the resource persons. The inaugural function of the workshop was graced by Dr. Kintuis Jinang Maremmai, Principal as Chief Guest, and Sri Namsure Thomas Kamei, IQSC Coordinator, as the keynote speaker. The main program was divided into 5 technical sessions on various themes such as steps for writing research papers, ethics in research, plagiarism, literature review, methods of data collection, referencing and publication, etc. The workshop ends with a brief valedictory function in which certificates were distributed to the participants, and David Jiangam Lung Kamei, Assistant Coordinator IQSC, presented the reporter's report and proposed the vote of thanks. The workshop, which was attended by teaching staff of the college, was moderated by Angie Tuakelung, Assistant Professor and Head of Department of English. The Internal Quality Assurance Cells IQSC and Research and Publication Cell Tamenglong College organized a one-day capacity building workshop on academic writings today, that is on 22nd November 2024, with Dr. Solomon, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, and Ngamtin Luntautang, Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, as the resource persons. The main program was divided into 5 technical sessions on various themes such as steps for writing research papers, ethics in research, plagiarism, literature review, methods of data collection and referencing and publication, etc. The workshop, which was attended by teaching staff of the college, was moderated by Angie Tuakelung, Assistant Professor and Head of Department of English. Under the aegis of the Security Advisor DG of Manipur, the DC, SDO and SP of Tengnoupal District oversees the boulder fencing issues around More and its surrounding areas. The Manipur Security Advisor, along with the DC, SDO and SP, jointly visits the boulder town of More, where they oversee and discuss issues related to boulder fencing and the sealing of the boulder. Due to the ongoing conflict in the state, the executive and legislative officers prohibit the media from capturing any images or recording the scenes. The Assam Rifles went on to force the media from deleting the images and videos taken at the scene. The media persons were also prohibited to have any interview with any of the officers. No one was allowed to question the government officers on duty by the securities. The media reporters at More strongly condemned the acts of the visitors who act suspiciously in the strife-torn state. They condemned the acts of the government officers who, instead of bringing a solution to the lawlessness of the state, are warring over something much unrelated to the state crisis. This concerning act of the state government and its officers shows how neglected we are in our own country. It may be mentioned that this recent concerning visit of the security advisors adds up more since they come unannounced. No prior information had been given to the local CSOs, not even to the Kuki in Tengnoupal. Kuki NP Technopol spokesperson Thangmin Mate strongly condemns this belittling act of the government officers over the local citizens. He says that if any unwanted circumstances arise in the near future, then direct blame will be put upon the unannounced visitors, security advisor, DZ and the DC, SDO and other officers of Technopol districts, and stern actions will be taken upon them. So far, most of the government agencies and officers who visit Moray always come unannounced without prior information to either the CSOs or KIT. This type of surprise visits can cause fear and panic in the minds of the local citizens due to the state of conflict we are in, he further said. He urged the government agencies to announce their visit beforehand in the future to avoid any type of misunderstanding, or else they will have to bear the consequences arising out of their visit, he had added. A grand attestation parade was held today at the Subsidiary Training Center, BSF Churachandpur, marking the completion of 44 weeks of rigorous basic training for 321 CT/ZD recruits of the Boulder Security Force BSF. Sri Sanjay Kumar Misra, IG, MNC, FTR, took the salute as the chief guest, while Sri Vishal Rani, Commandant CI of the STC BSF Churachandpur, and other prominent personalities of Churachandpur witnessed the parade. The recruits, who have undergone intense training, took an oath to discharge their duties towards the nation. The parade was also attended by officers, Jawans, school children from Kendriya Vidyalaya and media persons. The event concluded with a spectacular band show by the band platoon of Frontier Mizoram and Culture MNC, followed by mesmerizing performances of Malkham Bhangra, martial arts and PT jump show, which were well appreciated by the spectators. The security personnel of District Reserve Guards DRG danced to the beats and celebrated the feat after eliminating at least 10 Naxalites in an encounter in Chhattisgarh Sukma district on Friday. As per the visuals here by news agency ANI, the army personnel can be seen dancing to the beats of local music and celebrating their accomplishment. Earlier today, an encounter broke out in a forest within the jurisdiction of the Beji police station between security personnel and Naxalites, in which at least 10 Maoists were killed. The gunfight broke out when a joint team of security personnel was out on an anti-Naxalite operation. News agency PTI quoted Inspector General of Police Buster Runs Sundaras P as saying, "The operation was launched based on inputs about the presence of Maoists belonging to Konta and Kistaram area committees of Naxalites on forested hills of Korasguda, Dantespuram, Nagaram and Bandarpadar villages." The forces have also recovered several weapons, including an AK-47 rifle, an insults and a self-loading rifle. Earlier on November 18, security forces neutralized 5 Naxalites in Chhattisgarh's Bastar Kankel region last week. Union Home Minister Amit Shah had announced in August this year that left-wing extremism will be completely eliminated in the country before March 2026. The Mahayuti is headed from a landslide victory in what is a resounding reversal of its recent setback in the Lok Sabha polls, as projections saw the ruling alliance leading in 2 to 5 assembly seats, far ahead of the opposition Mahaviksa Aghadi's 55. Speaking at a Mahayuti press conference alongside NCP Chief Ajit Pawar and Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis, Maharashtra CM Eknath Shinde expressed heartfelt gratitude to the voters for a decisive victory. "This is a landslide victory," he proclaimed, thanking diverse groups from farmers to senior citizens for their support. "Our schemes turned common man to superman. People rejected politics of hate," he added. Battleground constituencies key battles include Worli, where Milind Deora, Eknath Shinde led Shiv Sena, Aditya Thackeray, Shiv Sena UBT, and Sandeep Deshpande MNS vie for votes. Baramati sees a clash between Ajit Pawar and his grandnephew Yugendra Pawar, while Vandre East features Jishan Siddique against Varun Sardesai. In Nagpur Southwest, Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis aims for a fourth term amid challenges from Congress Praful Gudade. Lastly, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde faces competition in Kopri Patspa Khadi, making this contest pivotal for Maharashtra's political future. A sweeping mandate, the BJP-led Mahayuti alliance is projected to secure over 200 seats in the Maharashtra Assembly elections, according to the latest updates from the Election Commission of India. The BJP itself is poised for a historic victory in Maharashtra, having secured 6 seats and holding a commanding lead in 129 seats as of 2:30 p.m. This marks the party's best ever performance in the state, with an outstanding strike rate of 84.9%. For context, the party won 122 seats in 2014 and 105 in 2019. Now, the battle is for the CM's chair, with some backing incumbent CM Shinde's claim, even as the BJP, on the back of its stunning victory, is battling for Devendra Fadnavis. Heavily armed militants on Thursday ambushed dozens of vehicles carrying passengers in Pakistan's restive northwest, killing around 50 people, mostly Shias, in one of the worst attacks in the region in recent years. The militants attacked the convoy in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's Kuram district, bordering Afghanistan, which was witnessed deadly sectarian clashes between Shia and Sunni religious group as well as militant attacks in the past, resulting in dozens of deaths in recent months. Rescue authorities said around 50 people, including 8 women and 5 children, were killed and 20 others injured in the attack. Most of the victims belong to the minority Shia community, they said. Javed Ullah Masood, the deputy commissioner of Kuram, confirmed that 45 people had died in the attack on the convoy. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack. However, the vehicles were ambushed in areas dominated by the Ban Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan militant group, a local journalist said. Nearly 50 vehicles were traveling in the convoy from Parachinar to Peshawar, the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, when gunmen opened fire, police said. KPK government spokesperson had earlier said that there were nearly 200 vehicles in the convoy. President Asif Ali Zardari strongly condemned the attack, terming it a cowardly and inhumane act. He said that those responsible for the incident should be punished. He urged that timely medical aid be provided to the injured. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif also condemned the attack and ordered that the best medical facilities be provided to the injured people. He issued a directive to identify the attacks and punish them. The enemies of the peace of the country attacked the convoy of innocent citizens, which is tantamount to brutality. All attempts of anti-national elements to destroy the peace of the beloved country will be thwarted, he said. The evil elements involved in the incident will be identified and punished accordingly. Saboteurs cannot demoralize the brave Pakistani nation by such cowardly actions, he said. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Chief Minister Ali Amin Khan Gandapur strongly condemned the attack and directed a delegation comprising the provincial law minister, lawmakers from the region, and the chief secretary to immediately visit Kuram to assess the situation and submit a report. He also instructed relevant authorities to work on establishing a provincial highways police unit to secure all roads in the province. Gandapur extended condolences to the bereaved families and announced financial assistance for the families of the victims. Targeting innocent civilians is extremely tragic and condemnable. Those involved in this incident will not escape the grip of the law, he said. In September, more than 50 people were killed and 120 others injured in clashes spread over 8 days between Shia and Sunni tribes over a piece of land in Kuram district. The intensity of the fighting led to the closure of the Parachinar-Peshawar main road and the Pakistan-Afghanistan Karachi-Boulder, disrupting transportation and movement. The road blockade has caused a shortage of essential items including food, fuel, and medicines, worsening the situation for residents. The fighting has spread to areas such as Baliskhel, Sadda, Kharkale, Piwar, and Makbal in the district, which borders Afghanistan's host Paktia, Logar, and Nangarhar provinces, which are considered strongholds of the ISIS and the Pakistan Taliban. Similar clashes in the same region in July left dozens of people dead and more than 225 injured. The United States expects that thousands of North Korean troops massing in Russia will soon enter combat against Ukraine, Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin said Saturday. About 10,000 North Korean soldiers were believed to be based in the Russian Boulder region of Kursk, Austin said, where they were being integrated into the Russian formations. Based upon what they have been trained on, the way they have been integrated into Russian formations, I fully expect to see them engaged in combat soon, Austin told reporters during a stopover in Pacific nation Fiji. Austin said he had not seen significant reporting of North Korean troops being actively engaged in combat to date. South Korean government officials and a research group on Thursday said Russia has provided Pyongyang with oil, anti-air missiles and economic help in exchange for the troops Washington and Seoul have accused it of sending. Kiev has warned that Moscow, alongside the North Korean soldiers, has now amassed a 50,000-strong force to wrest back parts of the Boulder region seized by Ukrainian forces. Ukraine claimed swatches of Kursk in August during a lightning offensive event as its troops were thinly stretched in the Donetsk region, which has borne the brunt of nearly 3 years of fighting. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.